welcome to our Fast Start training program. So this session is helping you to getting in the right way with the right mindset, and to guide us um, is someone who has been empowering individuals to keep the right on track. And let us all welcome our global training director, Mr. Emmanuel Pupa.
Hello, everyone, and good afternoon or good evening, depending where you're joining from. I know for some of you, it's pretty late. You're getting ready to go to bed soon. For some of you, it's still afternoon. It's still daylight outside. So this is just part of us being an international community. Very excited. Just found out last night, this morning, that we are now in 29 countries and we're growing and expanding. So that's awesome. If this is your first time on a call like this, you need to know this is not a presentation of the business, of the company, of the technology. Usually the trainings we do on Saturday are short trainings, and they are trainings that are meant to equip you to be better. They are in English, as always, and I usually it's me, but in the future there will be probably other guests and other speakers, of course, that will happen. And I try to give you nuggets that can help you in your business. Different ideas, different skills, different know-hows. And so, I've been thinking a lot these days, what shall I cover? What shall I talk about this Saturday? So today I'm gonna talk about something different. And by the way, if I covered the topic at one point, it doesn't mean I'm not going to come back at it. Because, for example, I talked one time about the idea of invitation and how to make a list. I will come back to that because I have trainings on invitation. I could talk about invitation for like 3-4 hours nonstop. So if we do it once, doesn't mean we're not going to do it again. We're going to come back. We're going to pitch it from different angles. Same like the topic today. uh as I said when we did the 6-7 weeks ago, I don't know, when we did the training on invitation and list, I said the invitation is very important. Look, in the network marketing industry, there's 5 skills that are crucial: invitation, presentation, closing, training, and promoting. Some will say there's 6, also prospecting. So 5 or 6. So it's, if you want to count 6, there's prospecting, invitation, presentation, closing, training, and promoting. Now, uh, a lot of people are good when they explain the presentation, when they explain the concept, but they have a problem at the end of it all when the presentation finishes. That's where they freeze. They get stuck. They're afraid to ask for money. They're afraid to do the closing. They're afraid to to get the job done. And I just look, most of the people do not join, or let me say, many people don't join your company or your business because they are not asked to do it. Because you show them the presentation, and after you show them the presentation, you're like, so how's your mother doing? So how about that Trump guy? So how about the Barcelona and Real Madrid? So what do you think? I think you're stupid. That's what I think. What do I think about what? Like, they're looking at me like, what do you think? What kind of a question is that? Like, we don't know what to say. Where we get through the presentation, and at the end of it all, we're like, so sup? Like, we don't even know what to say. Like, we expect them to come and say, let me buy the 10K node. They're not going to do that because we don't ask them. So today I want to talk a little bit about some aspects of the closing. Some of it. Again, I have trainings on closing. I could talk for 6 hours nonstop on closing. Easy. I also wrote a book about it in English. It's on Amazon. 7 ways to handle objections. And it's about sales and network marketing and direct sales. So, I have a lot of stuff on closing. But today, I want to dive a little bit into it. I'm not going to go over the main objections and give you answers to each of them, or But there is some things about the closing that you need to know. And look, first of all, the first rule: when the presentation finishes, you need to ask the closing question, whatever that is. So, are you ready to get started? So, are you ready to team up and do this together? So, are you ready to become a node owner and a business partner? These are closing questions we can use. I gave you 3 examples. There are others. Are you ready to get started? Are you ready to team up and do this business together? Are you ready to become a node owner? Okay. Uh, and after you ask the closing question, there's something that you must do. Are you ready? Here's what you have to do. Shut up. Be quiet. Who speaks first loses. If you're in front of me and I say, so, are you ready to get started? Now, for a lot of you, if there's like a second of silence, you freak out. You feel like, I have to speak. You can't be quiet for 2 seconds because for you, it's like, it's not normal. And you continue to present more, to oversell, to whatever. When you ask the closing question, you need to be quiet because I'm telling you, they'll speak. Okay, they will speak. If you pause for 2 or 3 seconds, they're going to say something. Now, when I ask the closing question and when I say, are you ready to get started? I do this. So, are you ready to get started? You see what I do? I nod. My head goes, yes, you're ready to get started. I assume the sale. So, are you ready to get started? Are you ready to team up? Are you ready to become a node owner? And I'm quiet. Who speaks first loses. If you speak first after you ask the closing question, there's a big chance you're not going to close that sale. There's a big chance he's not gonna buy a node. There's a big chance he's not gonna join the business. First rule: after you ask the closing question, be quiet. Now, you have to have a closing question, and the closing question does not need to be something stupid or something way off. Okay? Are you ready to get started? Are you ready to become an owner? Are you ready to do this business together? Are you ready to partner up and get another source of passive income or an extra source of income? These are closing questions. You must have a closing question. You must have a closing question. Some of you don't have a closing question. Some of you are like, so nice shirt you have on today. That's not a closing question. You need to ask the closing question. After you ask the closing question, take duct tape, put it on your mouth, invisible, of course, and be quiet and wait. Wait. He speaks first, she speaks first, they lose, you win. You cannot speak first. Even if you have to wait 2 or 3 seconds, you wait. They're going to speak. So that's the first thing. When you want to close a sale, when you want to do a closing, ask the closing question and be quiet and wait. That's very important. Now, there is, of course, they're going to come up with objections. Okay. And again, in this call, I'm not going to go through the objections they bring up, and I'm not going to give you ways to answer those objections. I will do this in other calls. But you need to understand something. There's 2 things that will help you really win them over on your side. Don't be antagonistic. I remember when one of my mentors years ago told me, Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? So if you're right, what? And they don't buy, what if you're right and they don't buy? What if you're right and you don't close? What if you're right and they don't buy the note? So there's two things you need to do to win them over. Number one, whatever they say, you have to agree with them. You have to be in the same boat with them. It doesn't matter if they say something that's stupid and that shows the IQ of a rock. You have to agree with them and put yourself in the same boat with them. Agree with them. How do I do that? I'm so glad you asked. Whatever they say in the form of an objection, you say, I totally understand you. I totally understand you. I totally understand you. In other words, I'm with you. I'm not against you. A lot of you are like, if they bring an objection, they're like, well, you mean you don't understand depin, you don't understand the node, you didn't understand the compensation plan, you don't understand blockchain, blah 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 blah. You don't. Oh, you didn't understand anything. Oh, let me explain it again. No, 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 no. Whatever he says or she says, I totally understand you. You need to make it a habit. So when they say something, an objection, I totally understand you, but let me share with you what I found out. Okay? And so you don't go against him, you don't show him you're right, you don't show him or her that you know more than them and that you know more. That's that. Look, you don't need to be there to show them you're right. Again, being right doesn't make you money. Being right doesn't make you close a sale. Being right doesn't make him a node owner. Being right makes you lose the sale. You don't have to be right. You have to close a sale. So you say, I totally understand you. I totally understand you. But let me share with you what I found out. So you have to make them, you have to let them know that you understand them and you're in the same boat with them. So there's two things you need to do to get them on your side. Agree with them, meaning you understand them. Whatever they say, I totally understand you. What, it doesn't matter if he says something stupid or bad. I totally understand you. The second thing you need to do in order to get them on your side or for them to feel you're on their side is you need to lead with questions and make them give the answers, not you. Influence by leading with questions. So two things: understand them, agree with them. Two, influence by leading with questions. You need to lead with questions. That's the way you close the sale. That's the way you have them make the closing for themselves. Remember this. My mentor and my mentors always say this. Remember what I'm telling you right now. And if you're taking notes, you might want to write this down. If you're taking notes, you might want to write this down. Remember this. If you say it, they doubt it. If they say it, they buy it. You might want to write this down. I'm going to say it again. If you say it, they doubt it. If they say it, they buy it. In other words, I can tell him, look, a node of $1,200 gives you 90 whatever dollars per day. I say it. They doubt it. If they say it, they buy it. Let me ask you, do you remember how much a $1,200 node brings you every single month? They give the answer, not you. Okay, you need to lead with questions so they give the answers, because if they say it, they close themselves. If you say it, they doubt it. If they say it, they buy it. If they say the same things you say, they will buy it because they close themselves. If you say it, they will doubt it. For example, I can say the following thing. It's a smart thing and it's something wise for somebody to use their internet and monetize their internet. It's a smart thing. It's true, but I say it. Or I can say, do you think it's a smart thing and a wise thing for you to monetize your internet and make passive income from your internet? They're going to say yes. See, they said it, not me. And because they said it, they're eagerly to buy it because they said it. So again, there's these two things you need to do when you're doing the closing of the sale. Understand them, agree with them, and the second of all, influence them by leading with questions. There's a book. It's in English and also I have it in Romanian. I think it's translated in multiple languages. The book is by Ellen Pease. Questions are answers. Ellen Pease. It's also in Romanian. It's a thin book. It's in English. It's a great book. I know it translated in multiple languages. Ellen Pease. Questions are answers. For example, I'm going to ask them, um, why do you think somebody would make an investment in the blockchain and depin field? And I shut up. Okay. All right. Yes, Andy, thank you for posting that on the chat. You're absolutely right. That's the book. Thank you for your help. You have the book on the chat. So if somebody, again, I would say, why would somebody invest in blockchain and the depin space? And I let them answer. Now they could give wrong answers or they could give good answers. And I'm gonna take whatever they say good, even if they say something bad, I'm gonna turn it into something good. And they could say, well, because they want to make money, because they want to, multiply their wealth, because they want to multiply their income, because they want to have a passive source of income, because, and I say, you're absolutely right. That's why people join our company and they invest in our company. Or I would say, can you give me 3 or 4 reasons why somebody would join a network marketing company? And then I shut up and I'm quiet. Sometimes they will look at me and they will hesitate. They will not. Come on, think about it. There's no wrong answer, I say. What are the major 3, 4 reasons somebody joins a network marketing company? And they start saying things like meeting new people, going on vacations, making more money, retire sooner, build a team, build wealth, build an extra source of income. They give me answers, which, by the way, are all true. And I say, excellent. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. And I'm going to say, that statistically speaking, the main reason for which somebody joins a network marketing company is not money. It's not in the top 3 reasons. It's traveling. It's getting to know people. It's learning skills and all that. And I say, in our community, we can help you achieve these things with joining our team. So, which node is best for you under your present circumstances? Again, closing question. Which node is best for you under your current circumstances? And I wait for the answer. I was going to think, I'm thinking maybe about the 600 or the 1200. Excellent. Whatever you can start with now is okay. Keep in mind, you can always upgrade. The sooner you join, the better. Do you understand why it is better to join sooner than later? See, now I can come and tell them, remember, if you join and you join sooner and you join the matrix and you're in the team prime and you have a position and you get spillover. But ask them, do you understand why it's better to join sooner than join later? And a lot of the times they'd say, yeah, because you get a position. And then if you get a position and people sign up after you, you can get paid from the people after you in the matrix. Excellent. You understood everything. Perfect. So let's lock you the position and sign up now. And how do you want to make the payment? Where do you have the money? In your Visa, MasterCard, in crypto? And how can we convert it into crypto? How can we make the payment? See, a lot of you, when they say 600 or 1200, you're like, awesome. See you around. Have a good night. Bye. Arrivederci. Sayonara. Like, what is that? You got to follow up and close the deal because they just told you which one they want. So lead with questions. even when they give you objections. I don't think this is for me. Why don't you think this is for you? A lot of you are like, if they say, I don't think this is for me. Well, you just didn't understand the presentation. You are antagonistic. You're against them. Well, I don't really trust blockchain. You're going to say, how can you not trust blockchain when everybody trusts blockchain? You're making them feel stupid. If they say, well, I don't really trust blockchain, I was like, okay, I totally understand you. I agree with him. I totally understand you. Let me ask you this. Do you know top companies in the world that use blockchain? Or I can say, do you know how many of the top 100 companies are using blockchain today? Question. And then I shut up. They're probably not going to know. And I say, do you know that out of the top 100 companies in the world, the top 80 use blockchain in their companies? They're going to look at me like, really? Yeah. So if those people use blockchain in their companies, don't you think it's a smart thing for us to use blockchain in our life if they're using blockchain in the top 100 companies in the world? Questions, 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 questions. I ask questions. Don't you think it's smart? Don't you think it's wise? Okay. And again, it's, it just makes sense. I can say, for example, the top companies in the world and the most advanced technologies in the world need processing power and calculus power and energy. Or I can say, considering that a lot of top technological companies need processing power, like VPN, ChatGPT, AI, game creators, gaming industries. Don't you think it's wise and smart to use the same technology that these guys are using already for their processing technology? See, it's a question. So you have to lead with questions, guys. Get good with questions. A lot of you just make statements, 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 statements. Again, if you say it, they doubt it. If they say it, they buy it. So whenever you have so first of all, guys, let's recap. They see the presentation. You have to have a closing question. After you have a closing question, you've got to be quiet and shut up. Let them answer. Then you got to do two things. Agree with them. Say, I totally understand you. Agree with them. And number two, influence them by leading with questions. You've gotta lead with questions. It's like a table tennis match. It's like a tennis match, not tennis match. Okay, you serve, you ask the question. They gotta return the ball. I ask another question. I return the ball. Who gives the answer first loses. They've got to give the answer first. They say it, they buy it. I say it, they doubt it. Now, when you are doing the closing, you've got to assume the sale and know that they're going to purchase. You don't have to doubt it. You have to go in that meeting being absolutely convinced that they will buy it. Okay? Posture, attitude, certainty. Here is one of my best closing techniques that I'm using, guys, and I love this and I want to share it with you. I wanted to share it with this today because it's very important. I play with two words: certainty and variable. Certainty and variable. When you do a closing, you've got to play with these two words: certainty and variable. So it goes something like this. I want you to understand something. There's a certainty and there's a variable. Here's the certainty: 100% this will happen. The depin projects will reach 500 billion capitalization and a lot of people will be in the deep in space. That's a certainty. Here's the variable. How many people who are going to invest in the deep in space will hear this idea from me or from you? That's the variable. Certainty, 500 million will come in the next 5 years. Certainty, millions and hundreds of millions of people will hear about it. That's a certainty. Variable, the piece of pie you're going to get. Variable, how many people are you going to tell? Variable, how many people will you have in your team and how many people worldwide will find from the people from your team? That's the variable. The certainty is it will happen with or without me. Certainty is that it will happen with or without you. A certainty is this thing will go big with or without you. Variable, are you going to be inside and make it happen, or are you going to sit on the sideline and watch it happen? It works with fear of loss, guys. This works with fear of loss. And when you play the fear of loss, they will get you. They will want here, guys, you got to remember something. You got to remember something. People will do something more because of fear of losing something than the desire to win something. The fear of losing something will determine people to do something more than the desire to win something. So, certainty, you lost the Bitcoin opportunity. Certainty, you lost the Ethereum opportunity. Certainty, you lost the Solana opportunity. Variable, are you going to lose the Deepin opportunity? Variable, are you gonna lose the zoreonx and the nodxlab's opportunity and make you some extra money and build wealth? That's the variable. Certainty, this thing will go huge. We're gonna have hundreds of thousands and millions of members. Variable, how many of you are gonna come? How many of them are gonna come from you? So, guys, this is very important when you do the closing. Have a closing question. Be quiet and shut up. Really, I know it sounds drastic to you. Be quiet after you ask the closing question. Who speaks first loses. Be on their side. Agree with them, understand them, and influence them by leading with questions. Lead with questions. Lead with questions. Okay? And so this will help you a lot in making the close, making the sale and closing at the end of the presentation. So, guys, this is it for today. I just wanted to share a few nuggets with you about the closing and all that. We're gonna share. We're gonna do a lot of trainings on closing. Trust me, I have a lot of material on that, and I'm just happy that I could share some info with you today. And I really hope this helps. So, thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of the afternoon and the evening, and good night, and a wonderful Sunday. And we'll see you all on the next call. Thank you so much, and all the best to everyone. Take care and bye bye.